When Scientologists try to explain how their e-meter works, they often turn to something called the pinch test. It's a simple demonstration meant to convince people that the e-meter can detect the lingering effects of pain or emotional trauma. Here's former high-ranking Scientologist Marty Rathbun attempting to demonstrate this on journalist Liz Hayes.
Extra minutes.
So this is the essential tool of the trade, if you like, for Scientologists.
Right. It is the central religious artifact, is what they call it. Essentially, what we're doing is we're creating a circuit with your body, and it's calibrated in such a way that it will register on thought.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to pinch you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You just keep an eye on that needle and watch what it does. See, you're doing it before I even do it, so you're you're anticipating it. Yeah, see, you're getting a read there, but
really?
Here we go.
Okay.
Give you a little pinch. Okay, you see that little jerk? Now what I want you to do is to recall the moment of the pinch. Did you see the needle?
Oh, sorry, I was looking away. I couldn't look at it and recall at the same time.
Okay, so I want to see if you can try to do it at the same time.
Okay.
See, you're going to get a slighter small read. You just got it. There you go.
Okay.
And that, in a nutshell, tells you what the whole Dianetic Scientology process is.
What you just saw is how Scientology frames the e-meter's responses as evidence of spiritual energy, engrams, or past trauma. But what's really happening here? What's the actual biological mechanism at play? According to neuroscience, when the body experiences pain, a chemical called substance P is released in the nervous system. It's responsible for transmitting pain signals and regulating sensory input. When too much of it builds up, the nervous system can become overly sensitized, leading to prolonged discomfort, stress responses, and even long-term changes in brain function. Now, let's hear from a doctor who can explain this process from a scientific, evidence-based perspective.
So substance P was discovered in 1931, and they didn't start looking at it closely until 1980. It's a neurotransmitter, 11 amino acid neurotransmitter, and it's the primary neurotransmitter associated with pain. So the pain fibers in your body are called C fibers, and so when you poke the skin on somebody and cause tissue injury, damage, or pressure, there's an electrical signal that goes both locally and to the brain. And at the end of that electrical signal, it pumps out substance P. And so substance P is the mediator between the stimulus and brain and body functions. Substance P level is your primary neurotransmitter associated with sensory input into the brain. And the body runs on sensory information. So this is a very, very important compound as to regulating all of body's functions. So it's known to be a primary mediator of inflammation. What it does is it opens up and depolarizes cell membranes. So as cell membranes become porous, then stuff leaks out of the cell, and that's redness, edema, swelling. When it lets calcium influx into cells, and that messes with mitochondrial function. So you get replication errors, cancerous type conditions. You get ATP, drop in ATP production. You can't maintain cell membrane integrity, so you start accumulating heavy metals. So there's
leaky gut. Everything sounds like leaky gut, and then something else you mentioned to me was like the brain too, right? Brain barrier.
Brain-blood barrier is interfered with substance P. And then when you interfere with brain-blood barrier and elevated substance P, then you start getting brain cells dying off. And that's Parkinson's, all your neurodegenerative diseases, Alzheimer's.
So while Scientologists claim their e-meter is detecting the charge of past trauma, what's actually happening is a measurable physiological response, one that has nothing to do with spiritual phenomena. If the e-meter is amplifying this effect through its electrical operation, then over time, this could have real neurological consequences, reinforcing stress patterns instead of relieving them.